Today on All Out Brick, we're going to be reviewing the Bionicle Bohrok Va from 2002. We're going to build them, review them, and then give a score. Let's get started. Hey everyone, I'm Christian from All Out Brick. Welcome to another Mata Nui Monday. As always, the best way to tag along every week is to subscribe and turn on notifications. Today, we're going to be looking at the Bionicle Bohrok Va that released in 2002. The Bohrok Va served as messengers and scouts for the Bohrok Swarms. Bohrok Va were always on the scene with some spare Krana just in case a Bohrok lost theirs. Unlike the Bohrok though, the Bohrok Va are not controlled by the Krana. However, they are still obedient to the Bohrok Queens. The packaging is really quite nice. I really like the design here. We have a Bohrok Va shown on the front of the one that's inside, and behind it there's this little cave and a colored light that matches the color of the Bohrok Va. We have the Krana in the bottom left-hand corner, and the top we have the Bionicle logo, ages 7+. The left side of the box is a lot more detailed than we normally see. Typically, we have a zoomed-in image of the front of the box. This is not the case here. These are two new images, and we have a picture of all 8 of the Krana, and of course, you can get one of them inside with each Bohrok Va. The top of the box shows the Bionicle logo with included Bohrok Va, I guess, head cap or like the helmet on them. It's just that piece, like the Bohrok hands of what's included inside. And finally, on the back of the box, we have a picture of all 6 of the Bohrok Va, and below them are the 2 combination models. The instructions don't come with the actual Bohrok Va. You have to go online to find them. Bionicle.com is not a thing anymore, so we're going to have to just Google them. Inside, we receive an assortment of pieces along with the instructions and some advertisement material. Since the Bohrok Va are such small sets, what we're actually going to do is, instead of a time lapse, is we're going to build it in real time on camera, only one of them, and then we'll jump off camera to finish the other 5 Bohrok Va. But for the first one, we're going to build it live on camera. Got all the pieces laid out. Let's go ahead and get started with this. All right, so we got this piece here. This looks a lot like the Turaga builds, I think. It's definitely giving me that vibe. The instructions are pretty much the exact same look, that's for sure. This should be like that. Right. So yeah, this is really reminding me of the Turaga, which honestly I like. You know, we haven't seen villains this small in Bionicle so far, and they've kind of been extended to, like, yeah, these would squash the Matoran or like the Turaga. These I think will be a really nice shakeup, because it'll be like, oh yeah, you know what? I'd like to see a fight between a couple Matoran and a couple Bohrok Va, because they don't have elemental powers. They just are able to like fight, and they got like their weapons. Maybe that's why they included weapons for the Bohrok Va, because they don't have elemental powers. These pretty quick builds here, very easy build. Almost done. Interesting process. Let's see here, feet. I like that they gave us some new colors with the feet. They're not limited to the ones that they did in 2001 for the Tahunga. Some nice new colors there. Put his swords in. I mean, this guy is lethal. Swords. All right, so let's see. This goes here. Oh, that's going to be very... Oh, if this is attaching like I think it's about to, we are about to have some absolutely incredible... Oh, he fell. Some absolutely incredible posability with the head. Oh, there it is. No, but a simple modification would. All right. There's our Bohrok Va. Took a little bit under 2 minutes. Having all 6 of the Bohrok Va done now, I gotta say, these are really great. I really do enjoy them. You know, they're kind of reminded me of like the Turaga builds, but they're like on another level. They introduce some more posability factors. The head can rotate more. The feet are like the Matoran or the Tahunga feet, and they can rotate. So there's a lot more posability there, and I probably would say that these are the most posable models we've seen thus far in Bionicle. They also have a great variety of weapons. Yes, most of them are just recycled Toa parts or Turaga parts, but there's also some like the Bohrok Va and the Bohrok Va that have like these swords or daggers, and I really like that they shook it up. The Bohrok, as we saw, were pretty much identical aside from their little hand pieces, which are the heads on the Bohrok Va. This time around, not the same. It's interesting that they put in this much variability between all of the Bohrok Va sets, but not the Bohrok. I wonder what led to that decision, and I'm not killing the Bohrok for it. Like I said in that video, I didn't mind the repetition. It's just awesome to see that these don't just follow the exact same. There's a little bit of differences here with all of the looks of them. The Krana are also different colors than the original Bohrok sets, which is a big plus to me because say like your Bohrok did lose its Krana and one of these guys came and plugged the other one back in there, it would be a different color. So like the Toa would know like, hey, like that's not your Krana, we gotta get you one more time. I think that helps to flesh out the story a little bit more, how the Bohrok Va, and really shows that they're effective, whether how many Bohrok, I don't know how many examples there are in canon or like in comics or something where we see the Bohrok Va actually like putting in their Krana to a Bohrok. However, I can only imagine that this really pissed off the Toa the first time they saw it happen. While the Krana are different colors and I like that, their actual usefulness in these sets is a little bit spotty. They fall out of the backpacks that they sit on the back really quite easily. If you stand up the Bohrok Vase too tall, they just fall right out. And the actual play function where you hit their arms forward and it flings the Krana out into like where the Bohrok could catch it, doesn't really work so great. So, I mean, maybe that's not what the intention is. I know like this instructions certainly show that they're supposed to fling it. However, I would imagine the Bohrok could also like go behind the Bohrok Va and like grab it and stick it in their heads. Maybe that would work as well. The Bohrok are also able to form combinations called the Bohrok Va Kaita. They're so original with these names, aren't they sometimes? Anyways, the Bohrok Va Kaita, there's really not a whole lot of information about them. I would just assume that they're just going to be these like jacked, like juggernaut versions of a Bohrok Va. So we're going to go ahead, break these 6 down, and we're going to build the Bohrok Va Kaita. Let's go ahead and get that started. Right, so after 20 minutes, I have my Bohrok Va Kaita completed. First impressions, they're Toa sized for sure. They definitely, I think they're probably exactly Toa sized. You know what, I should probably just get a Toa and start actually comparing how tall they are when I do these comparisons. But anyways, I do think they're probably exactly like Toa sized, which is nice, you know. These definitely look like now the Matoran or Tahunga, whatever you want to call them. Definitely no match for them now. These are absolutely beefed up. Something else I like here going on is that they're very different from one another. Very similar pieces that make up each other, but very different styles. This one's like a much like leaner version of a Bohrok Va Kaita. You know, it's got skinnier arms. This one just kind of looks like a nice like big tank, like he's hiding something under there. To me, it is a nice plus because, you know, you don't want to build the same thing over and over. And speaking of building, something that I did not like about these is the instructions were horrendous. Like, I mean horrendous. Like, these were official Lego instructions. They were horrible. They didn't point out any of the pieces at all. It was very annoying. Annoying might be the right word. It's just not, I didn't have fun with the builds. They were I just really didn't like the instructions. It was a very difficult build. And it reminded me a lot, even more now, of the Mata Nui. It just, I don't understand why they have to make it so difficult. Like, couldn't they just added more steps? I know, like, their goal was to keep it on a little flip sheet, but well, that just doesn't work when you're trying to combine that many pieces in a kind of complex model. So, really didn't like that. Going back to things I did like, now we can hold 2 Krana. This front pack here, yeah, I'm not even going to try to put a Krana in there, but this one holds 2 in the back. And yeah, that makes sense. If it's a bigger version of the Bohrok Va, it should be able to carry more Krana to the Bohrok's aid. Only other thing I got to say about these guys is that the foot movement, you're really not going to get a lot of it. There's an interesting build technique used on the feet to get them to lock in place at where the 2 like Tahunga feet connect to each other. This I thought is like a really interesting thing. I didn't even think about trying something like that, and it works really well. I wonder if you could put it in on like the what's it called? The Mata Nui, I believe it's called, the big combiner for the Tahunga that we did. If we did that for that, I wonder if it would really improve, because one of the problems I had with that model is that it moved too much. When I talk about foot movement here, like they can't tilt forwards or anything at the hips. That's what I mean. So I guess it's hip movement that's restricted here that I really don't like. The combination just really rubs me off as kind of like a mediocre combination. You know, if you really want them, yeah, but it's just a hassle. The build's not very fun at all. They look pretty cool. I do like how they look. I don't know. They didn't hit that hard with me. You know, jumping back to compare to the base models, I thought those were way up here. Those were excellent. These real down here. So how are we going to balance that out? You know, score-wise, I'm thinking I like them slightly better than the Bohrok, just because of there's a little bit more posability and there's a little bit more variety between each of them. So I'm going to give them an 8-1, a very slight edge over the Bohrok. So 8-1, you know, if you're looking to get these, they're really cheap too. You can get them used for like $5, $6, and brand new, they're only like $15. So if you're interested in like cheaper Bionicle sets, you could absolutely grab these. You could even grab, like, I guess the combined price between a Bohrok Va and a Bohrok would be around like $20-ish. That's excellent. You know, $15, $20 for that. Excellent. You know, they really didn't go that much up in terms of compared to the released price. So 8-1, that's your review. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked this video, be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel to be the first to see all of our future content. Also, be sure to check us out on our website and on our Facebook and Instagram pages. Until next time, stay bricking.